especially early on, but I would have thought he would have been much more overjoyed beating BL 2-0 here, but I don't know. Let's see. Anyways, this is game number 3, Alive against BL. In the bottom right in the blue, we have our Zerg player. He is
CJ 엔트스 별.
Pressure's on.
And in the upper left, in the red, winning the last 2 games. Oh my God. In the upper left, in the red, winning the last 2 games. He is.
스페누 얼라.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm cool with it. I have 2 screens.
Yesterday they had the monitor that was showed the program feed was on the left side. So
yeah,
I'm all thrown out
it used
here.
to be for us as well.
Yeah,
but it's changed.
we're mixing it up. This is casting on hard mode. This is that special unlockable extreme mode. That's what this is.
But yeah, this is a little bit crazy, man. It looks like Alive is poised to move into Code S, whereas Bjorn may just be out of the tournament shortly here. Well, we do have double Rax Reaper once again. Last time Bjorn went right into Roach Warren. Is that going to be something that he wants to do again?
You know, I wonder if Bjorn just doesn't do it because there's so much at stake here. And Bjorn is so known, especially for having that beautiful late game, just really seizing control. He might actually try to go into a macro game, and as a result, Alive might end up punishing him. I think this is a really good build order select here from Alive.
Definitely, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I like anyone that does at least some sort of pressure build on this map because you don't want Zerg to just be able to run away with the economy, taking a gold base or something. So very nice to get these Reapers out. We'll see what Bjorn wants to do with this gas in just 1 second. And he's pulling drones off, so he is going to get speed this time. So looks like he wants to go with kind of a more standard approach.
Yeah, we've seen some 2-Rex builds where you get the Reapers and you tech into Hellions, and it kind of it gets more and more and more intense until eventually the Zerg has to fold if you execute it correctly. But in this case, it's going to be more of an expand build.
Yeah, well, let's see here. The Reaper actually getting quite a bit of damage done on these Lings right now. The Queen is about to pop out here, so that'll help out. But kind of annoying already, and the second Reaper joins.
Second Reaper over here, harass, going very nicely here, actually getting a drone.
By the way, if you watch the next time the Queen gets shot towards us, like she's looking towards the screen and bounces off of a grenade. It looks like when Mario bounces on lava.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes peeled. I've
like
never
he grabs
noticed.
his butt and like wiggles his legs. Oh yeah, that's what the Queen looks like. You watch. Oh, it's so hot. Oh. I'm like, yeah, it's a grenade.
Well, he's actually taken out 1 Reaper here. Ling speed is about 10 seconds to completing. Yep. And when that's done, it's going to be a lot harder for the Reapers to do much more damage.
Yeah.
The Lings can actually directly confront the Reapers and, you know, if you're lucky enough, isolate them. Ooh. Oh, what's going on over here?
Very nice move with this. Just a small group of these Lings breaking off and hitting up here. And look at this. Already a couple SCVs going down.
We're going to find out that this is actually Bjorn and Life playing in Archon mode here.
But that was quite nice. A little bit of harassment going on, and now he knows the Reapers are all at home. He's got a good scout with that Overlord outside and has a complete idea of what's going on, so immediately takes his gold base. This is looking to be a much better game, longer game at least, than the first 2.
Yeah, it's looking like it, isn't it? Let's see when the timing attack does come from Alive. I'm still trying to figure out if Bjorn was just playing poorly in the previous games, or if Alive is you know, a super genius, because and there may be some bias here for me, to be totally honest with you guys, because I'm so used to seeing Bjorn in Heart of the Swarm that I'm sort of in disbelief seeing
I'd expect
the
him to
losses.
get at least second place this season, right?
Yeah, at least, right? Him or Sue, one of the two.
Yeah, really.
They're vying for second right now, but perhaps not. I mean, it is a different game. We might see a completely different pantheon of pro gamers when we get to Code S here.
And look at this, putting some pressure on this hatchery. I guess there's not really too much of a reason not to. This is an area where Reapers have like a million escape routes. There's so many ways to bounce. It's really hard to catch them with speedlings.
It's also very easy for the Reapers to take advantage against Zerg on this ramp we see here in the left center of the screen. With, you know, anything coming up at them, they can gun them down and loop around that. And this just makes it kind of a tough spot here for Zerg. to attack into this.
Now, look at this. We do have Alive continuing forward with this very greedy build. He's on 3 command centers already, going for double in Engineering Bay. But we have Biel going for Roach Tech here, so probably some Roach Ravager coming up. And this is the type of move that if Alive doesn't realize it's coming and pull back into a really defensive position, Biel might be able to just roll him.
Yeah, there's a chance of that. Alive is definitely willing to take Biel on, on his own turf. Just really engage him in an actual full-on macro game. And this was one of these games where we didn't see the Zerg immediately get the gold base in some kind of sneaky fashion. Yeah. Since you can't really do that as easily against Terran here. But let's see what exactly Alive can do in super econ late game.
Yeah. Well, he's
I guess it's Legacy of the Void. We should just say mid game.
Yeah. Well, it looks like these Marines coming in. He's already damaged the hatchery a lot. Actually going to go after Queens right here. This is a big move. The Roaches have popped out. A lot of drones being picked off, but he is losing a lot of Marines to do this.
Yeah, unfortunately, this angle right now pretty favorable for the Roaches. It looks like he's going to stim this time in an attempt to escape.
There's Reapers in the main base killing extra drones. Not sure exactly.
We see 18 drones were killed there. I don't know how many of those were.
I think he got like 4 or 5
Good
in the main.
catch there, Artosis.
But, wow. So, I mean, that's a lot of drones to kill, for sure.
Zerg still, just now about even in drones here with Terran.
But
a counterattack coming up, although I don't know with this number of Marines, this is going to be a wise idea.
He does have 1-1 about to finish, so yeah, Alive has to back up the ramp right now.
Excuse me, you're right, yeah.
1-1 is going to be done for Alive pretty quickly here, but we do have Ravagers joining the fray, so this is really scary for Alive. He gave up a lot of Marines to do that damage.
And actually coming down here now, the Roaches just diving in. And actually these Marines are going to be in a lot of trouble here. We see the medevacs are out, but it's not mattering. And so many workers are being killed. 19 SCVs now going down.
And look at this, just the power of those double evolution chambers early on here, getting a bunch of Roaches out, dealing tons of damage here to Alive.
We're still waiting for 1-1 to finish, about 5 seconds away from that actually happening, but it might be too late.
Yeah, and
Roaches are just camping out over here.
More and more SCVs. 30 SCVs have fallen. Alive in a really, really tough spot right now.
It's funny. We were talking about this earlier. I thought Alive was going to go into this macro game, and then suddenly these Marines are in the middle of the map, stim and run down there. Yeah. And it just didn't seem like it would pay off at all. It was kind of a weird, it was just weird game.
Yeah,
it was just weird overall.
I don't think he saw the Roach Horn at all, and he decided to go down with his Stim Marines, and he's like, well, I caught him last game with Stim Marines, did a lot of damage. The thing is, he did do a lot of damage with it, but when you give up that many units to herd economy, excuse me, and your opponent already was getting quite a big army, that's going to be really, really, really tough to hold on against a counterattack. And Biel did a very good job with that counterattack and did exactly what he needed to do to pick up that win.
Yeah, nicely played there by Biel. That's the Biel we're used to seeing. I wonder if Alive hadn't done a play like that, if we would have had a different result. Because he's been playing overall pretty well so far. And I understand the idea of sending the Marines down there to catch the Zerg off balance while teching, but Zerg just had the army that he was already producing for such a situation to occur.
If Biel was going like Lings and going into mutas, let's say, I would say absolutely those Marines probably win in the game. Yeah. But against Roach Tech, it's a different story. Roaches can bust through walls. Lings really can't. So
yeah, very true.
I think that's really what was going on for Alive. Alive just kind of assumed that he could do this and not be punished for it. And, Biel, luckily for him, chose the right tech route here and was able to do that punishing.
We're going on to our next map. This is map number 4 here. Surprisingly, Alive is up 2-1 right now, winning the first 2 games if you're just now joining us. Alive, a player who was absolutely superb back in Wings of Liberty, great Terran player.
One of the best.
Yeah, and then faded out in Heart of the Swarm. And here he is against Biel, who is easily one of the greatest players, especially last year in 2015.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a 3-0 Biel coming into the studio today, but Alive is really putting up a good fight.
Certainly is.
However, in a best of 5, we do see players adapt. As each game moves on, the players have each downloaded each other a little bit more.
That is a really important thing to mention because Alive's style is more weird than Biel's is, so this is more valuable for Biel moving forward, I would say.
And we are now starting game number 4. Guys, tell your friends to tune in and join us here as we continue our match, Bjell versus Alive in the GSL. In the upper left, in the blue, we have our Zerg player winning that last game.
CJ 엔드스 별.
And in the bottom right, in the red,
스페누 얼라이.
All right. So, I have a pretty good crowd today, really. Quite a few people showing up.
yeah, you know, we don't always have a ton of people that come to the studio here in the very, very, very beginnings.
Code A
GSL.
is normally not that popular, but
Exactly. It's less draw normally, but I guess, you know, we got a new expansion. And of course, it's been a little bit for GSL. It's good to be back. So got a good crowd down here.
yeah, and a lot of fun in these matches as well. This series is getting better as it goes, I think, and I'm really excited to see the first game on Rack Shear of the GSL. You know, the ladder did give us a few good maps. Like, I think, you know, definitely Orbital and Dusk Towers are really nice maps. I think Ceres is pretty good, but it's 4-player. But this map looks pretty cool to me.
Look at that. What is that there, you think?
That's where you sacrifice
I think
goats
that's
to
good. Yeah,
tasteless.
you sacrifice a virgin, you throw a virgin into that
Yeah.
pit. That's where you throw Artosis, man, right? right at the start of the game.
You throw me in there, and I just melt into the lava, and that's it.
That's
or I
it.
hop out like a
And then,
KD-8
and then the
mine on a
game,
queen.
and then the game starts, and I'm like, see, guys, I told you this magic works. All right. Reaper coming up now.
Yeah, it's just a single Rax Reaper opening here into an expansion and teching up thereafter. Whereas with Bjell, just completely standard and normal for him as well.
So conservative play by both these guys. They want to go
Yeah.
into mid game or late game. And this is the dance I think we're going to be seeing a lot of here in TVZ and Legacy of the Void is just the Reaper coming in here pressuring, a few Lings shaved off from the Zerg's army, and eventually the Reaper comes out and spots and scouts as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is again.
Oh, it's so fast. Well, that thing can't possibly have more than 4 Adepts in it, so. I mean, it could kill either player right now by itself with those 4 Adepts, but I mean, you know, at least it's not like, well, 4 Adepts with attack speed upgrade. Yeah. I'm like, what's scarier than 4 Adepts in a Warp Prism? They have upgrades.
Tapping a little bit faster than you expect.
Yeah. Can't get that this early. All right, well, it's like a pretty quick starport coming up here.
Yeah.
And it looks like the build that he was using in game number 1 here, where he's getting that early siege tank. It looks very, very safe, adding the extra barracks. Probably going to grab a medevac right off the bat here. And that'll probably be how he gets a lot of his intel, is flying around with that medevac and siege tank. And, you know, I like it. I think that's pretty cute. It's pretty cool. You know, if you don't need the siege tank at home to defend against things like roaches or banelings or whatever, it's a pretty reasonable harassment unit.
When I saw, you know, when Legacy of the Void was first announced, and they were showing all these different things that the new units could do.
Yeah.
And I saw that you could move the tank around in the medevac. The matchup I immediately thought about was Terran versus Terran.
Yeah.
Not
you were
Terran-
definitely right.
Yeah, but seeing this now in Terran versus Zerg, with it being used like this, is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. And I've seen some people trying it against Protoss as well. Not sure if that's going to be something that's regular.
I would guess with Protoss, probably not. We'll see, though.
Yeah, it's Blink can really punish something like that, so you got to be careful about that.
Also, important to note on this map is that it's not easy for Zerg to get the third base. Terran can really pressure you, and we're seeing that happen right here. These Marines in the siege tank coming up.
And look at this. He forces a cancel here, and this is what we were talking about before when we were going over the map. Notice how the rocks just weren't down when the third base had to be started because of how quickly you get thirds now. So this makes it actually very hard to defend against something quick like this.
This position reminds me of Lost Temple against Artosis here back in 1999 right here. This is what our games look like.
Indeed.
I'm like, oh no, I need a shuttle. There's a high ground there.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, this attack is actually doing a ton of damage.
It really
and
is.
Zerg is forced to do this pretty ugly tech without enough bases. He is attempting to expand over here to this upper base, little almost center north there.
And look how annoying this is.
This is a problem. You're teching the mutas, and you might lose both your gas before the mutas hatch.
It's brutal. And look, the rocks were even like in the yellow at least, right? But he just didn't kill him quite quick enough. And oh, that's actually really good that he got that. He can go clean that up now.
He shouldn't have done that. He could have gotten that. That's too bad. That was one of the 7 deadly sins there. That was greed right there.
Yeah.
Well, he does clean that up, and we'll get the siege tank here. However, that attack already paid for itself.
Yeah, that was a great attack.
Slowing down the expansion and forcing him to expand in a location that's a little bit more uncomfortable. And then even getting the gas. I know it looks small on the surface, but if he's going for mutas, that's a lot less than he's going to want to
look how many mutas he has in production.
1 muta.
I guess that was a pretty good move by Alive.
That muta is Muttosis, the hero muta.
Oh, he already made 6. I'm like, wait a minute.
I thought you were just trying to set up a joke here about Muttosis, the only mutalist that has 4 glaives, but the last glaive does 0 damage.
It does 0 damage. Yeah. It's just like the tasteless unit. It's like, your base is under attack.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So funny. Anyways, I mean, this is really annoying for Biel. The third base has been way slowed down, but at least he has his mutts out. He can do some harassment here. This is a pretty nice move, picking off a few Marines here, but
yeah, it looks like the turret's going to finish in time.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, he needs to be careful. Those medevacs are actually not with his army exactly. Rushes up here, pushes out the rest of the mutalisks and the Zerglings. This army, okay, let's all sit back and learn here, guys. It seems like this attack is actually probably going to be more of a thing here in Legacy of the Void. Gutting down those drones, no problem. Now, he has a choice here. He can go for a neck-breaking move and try to attack into the second, or he can just try to get more ahead, as the great Tosis would say.
Yeah.
Back in the early days of Wings of Liberty. And it looks like he's going to go for that path. He's going to take out this expansion, and he's playing a game of whack-a-mole where he's winning.
Yeah, and whack-a-mole.
He's just really good at whack-a-mole.
When you're whacking base number 3 multiple times.
Do you know how many tickets you get out of the machine when you're playing whack-a-mole and you've actually got the third base? You are definitely going to get that PlayStation 2 game worth 10,000 tickets at the Chuck E. Cheese's.
Yeah, but it's like a PlayStation 1 game. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
But, all right, well, here we go. Actually, drop these sea tanks on top of those banelings, cleaning up everything so quickly here is Alive.
I think Alive might be taking this, man. I can't believe my eyes. I did not expect this at all. How crazy is this? You almost see in the posture here of the way Biel's playing, like he's almost.
Well, he is just screwed, man.
Yeah,
this is it. And GG.
What?
Yeah.
That's so
crazy.
Weird.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Well, nice hairdo, but
yeah, he looks like a parakeet when he's really happy. You know, the feathers come up here.
Alive played a really strong series.
And I am going to go, guys. Sojung is with us. She's going to be taking my seat as we get this interview translated. I'll be back.
All right. Well, looks like he's going to go ahead and throw himself on the board. And I guess he gets to just put his name wherever he wants. There it is. I guess it doesn't matter that much. But welcome, Sojung.
Hello, guys. I'm here to translate the interviews as always.
Should be a good one. Very interested to see what Alive is going to say. You know, having taken out Biel, one of the best players in the world for the past year plus. Kind of a heartbreaking to see Biel knocked out, but Alive has been playing very well in Legacy of the Void.
I don't think I've ever translated for this kind of interviews, especially this is my first time on GSL. So let's see.
Welcome. We're happy to have you, Sojung.
Thank you, guys. Let's see.
I'm so sick of tasteless translations, I can't even tell you.
So I think we're still getting ready for the interview. He is now getting seated.
이제
Putting his
유니폼을
jacket
입고
on.
I
인터뷰를
think it's my
하겠습니다.
first time
역시
translating for
여유가
live
있어요.
too. I don't think
Probably.
I've seen him. I don't think I've
코디에서
seen him in
올라갔잖아요.
Pro League
네,
interviews.
축하드려요.
Not
한희석
very
선수.
often.
네, 안녕하세요.
Well,
예.
congratulations.
이 날카로운
He's like
이
introducing
타이밍.
himself. Hello, guys.
오늘 그 한지원 선수가 어려운 상대였거든요. 군대
It was a
선수한테
difficult
참전했잖아요.
opponent, you know, Byul.
이 선수를 공략하기 위해서
Let's see what kind of
어떤 준비를
strategies he
하셨습니까?
had up his sleeve.
우선 맵을 좀 중심적으로 연습을
Well, I
했고요.
practice based on
아무래도
maps,
지원이가 저랑 친하고
and
저랑
I am close friends with
스타일이 좀 많이
Byul,
상반돼가지고
and we have
준비하기
two different
힘들었는데
styles.
그래가지고 좀 타이밍 빌드를 많이
So I
준비했었고요.
try to prepare more of a
먹혀가지고
timely build, you know,
이렇게
working on the
승리하게 된
timings.
것 같아요.
그렇죠. 오늘 그 날카로움 보고 황영재 선수이 좀 많이 놀랐거든요.
Well, those sharp
예전에
moments
한희석과는
are
다른
what
모습,
everyone was
그런 모습을
surprised at
보여줬어요.
tonight, I
누가
guess.
뒤에서 조언자가 좀 있었나요?
항상
He's asking if there was any
뒤에
advisors.
안 보이는 게 있어가지고 제
안 보이는 게 뭔가요?
투명이라고
아.
항상
He says there's someone
Yeah.
transparent. As you guys know, it's Hero from CJ.
조언을 안 해줬으면 많이 긴장했을 것 같은데.
So I would have been nervous if he didn't
아무래도
advise me
계속
for these
말을 해주다
matches,
보니까
but he
긴장을
helped me
안
out a
하는 것
lot.
같고요. 그러다 보니까 타이밍도 잘 나온 것 같아요.
And I was able to go in at the right timing.
그 박진영 해설과 함께 그 동고동락하면서 연습을 해온 걸로 제가 알고 있는데.
And also, he's known for
그때
practicing
어떤
with
도움이 있었나요?
JYP during his pro gaming days.
숙소에 합류하니까 드디어 변화가 생긴 건가요?
이건 정말 많았죠. 이건 제가 대신 대답해도 되나요? 정말 많았을 겁니다.
365일 중에 그 기간을 없앴고요. 그 기간을 없애고 숙소 들어가고 나서 연습을 하다 보니까 많이 는 것 같고.
Well, I think I
일단
practiced a
박진영
lot.
해설은
Couldn't
참
hear the
좋은
first part.
분인데, 이렇게 좀 얘기한 것 같아서 좀.
아유, 괜찮죠. 당연히 박진영 해설위원의 조언을 받았을 때는 성적이 정말 바닥이었잖아요.
Well, when he got advices from JYP, it didn't work out very well. But now that he's being advised by Hero, things are kind of looking
왜
good.
다시 지냈습니까?
제가 좀 눈치가 느려가지고 바로 눈치채고
예.
바로 나온 것 같아서 제 자신한테 좀 대견스럽네요.
그렇죠. 이 모든 것들이 이 한희석 선수의 공인 거예요.
그렇죠.
네, 최근에 또 이제 GSL TV에 있었던 연승전에도 수차례 출전해서 좋은 그런 경기들을
And also,
보여줬었는데
Alive was on GSL
그때
TV,
경험이 좀 도움이 된
a
적이
little
있나요?
league that the
아무래도
commentators are doing right now on Africa, I think.
잘 몰랐었는데
That's cool.
그런
I didn't know I
온라인
had this
대회지만은
much
아무래도 많은 사람들이 보고
ability for
그런 자리다 보니까
LOTV.
아무래도 긴장을 하고 게임하다 그러다 보니까 많이 실력이 는 것 같아요.
But you know, as you get nervous
이
for the
이야기는
games and you
연습전에
practice,
도움이
you
좀
just
많이
eventually get better.
이야기예요.
네, 오늘 승리에 좀 덕이 됐죠.
야, 그렇군요.
I think that helped out
보람찹니다.
me winning
이게
today's
사실 최근에
matches.
테란 선수들이 정형화된 플레이를 많이 해주고 좀 더 후반을 바라보는데 한혁 선수는 엇박자식의 타이밍이
You know,
굉장히 많이
Terrans these
나왔잖아요.
days are
이런
looking
플레이가
forward to
본인이 그냥
timing in the
스타일이
build,
된
looking
건지
for a later part of the
한지원
game,
선수의
but
맞춤형식 전략이 된
Live
건지.
only goes for the timing builds.
아무래도 그 맵을
Going at a
좀
different,
많이 탔던 것
rhythm, I
같고요.
guess.
제가 대부분 선수들이 신맵을 많이 안 하는데
Most of the players don't play the new maps.
이 빌드는 무조건 이기겠다라고
And when I
생각을
saw
해서
the new maps, I knew
그런
that I would
타이밍
win,
빌드를 많이
definitely.
준비했었어요.
So that's what
자, 그러면요.
I
앞으로 각오 한
practiced,
말씀 들어보도록
try to
하겠습니다.
prepare based on the new
우선
maps.
군단의 심장에서는 많이 좋은 모습을 못 보여드렸는데
I wasn't able to show good results in Heart of the Swarm,
코데스도 올라간 것 같고 더 좋은 모습 보여드릴 테니까
but I will try to show you guys better games as I
네,
advance to
그러면요, 오늘
Codes.
오신 분들에게 한희석 선수가 직접 선물을 좀 드려야 되거든요. 오늘 일반판 공허유산 이
No
일반판을
interview is
받으실
ever
분을
complete
직접
without trying to show better games for your fans. All right, so there we have it. Some wise words from Alive on the new maps. Definitely something that I'm going to talk about more when we get back from this quick little commercial break, guys. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our second match.
In the past, I've been a fool. It's the truth I've lived through. All I know is I must keep you by my side, keep you by my side. If it rains, then let it rain. If it hurts, I'll share the pain. All I know is I must keep you by my side, keep you by my side. And I always wanted to belong. I always wanted to belong. Will you stay with me tonight? 'Cause I'm tired of saying goodbye. You're the truth I can't deny.
안녕하세요, 문유리입니다. 언제나 GSL 음악을 사랑해주시는 여러분들을 위해서 이번 시즌부터는 저희와 여러분들께서 함께 즐기는 음악 시간을 준비를 했는데요. 제가 음악 감독님께 직접 추천을 받아서 소개를 해드리는 시간입니다. 달이 빛나는 밤에 코너를 통해서 여러분의 귀도 즐거웠으면 좋겠습니다. 자, 오늘 첫 번째로 소개해드릴 음악, MCK의 2집 제너럴 어드미션에 수록된 스포트라이트라는 곡입니다. 제너럴 어드미션, 앨범 제목이 참 재밌죠? VIP 입장도 아닌 일반 입장, 일반석 이런 느낌일 수가 있겠는데요. 여러분께서 나나나송으로 기억을 해주시는 리드 음악의 주인공 헬스톰의 리지가 피처링을 해서 더욱 특별하게 탄생했습니다. 자, 여러분 이 리지의 파워풀한 목소리 그리고 머신건 켈리의 멋진 랩 들으시면서 2016년 힘차게 시작해보세요.
All right.
What if life is simple as a hug? What if my partner wasn't crippled from a drug? What if my other homie never caught a slug? Shit. What if our parents actually gave a fuck? Another black suit, another black suit. Police happy to see another black shoot. His mother's makeup smearing on my arms, crying cause I'm the only son that she got now that he's gone. What if the ghetto never heard an instrumental? And we didn't have this rap shit, all we had was metal. You telling me if we couldn't shoot a ball, our lives still got shooting involved? And what if I never left out of Denver that winter for new beginnings? My father started his business and traded family for riches. You telling me that my auntie would still have a house to live in and JoJo wouldn't be writing me from prison? But fuck it, this is life. Deal with it or get dealt with. I'm in my room smoking alone like I'm selfish. Cause some days the sun's hard to face. Dad turns, his son wears his face. But look closer, see the heart of a lion. Sticks and stones couldn't damage my bones harder than iron. 170 pounds with the walk of a giant. So defiant, I pop my volume, turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume.
For all that it's worth, to live in the spotlight, all of my demons come to life, and all that it was, and all that it could be, is lost in the darkness of the night. Why should I die to live in the spotlight? Why should I kill myself for you? You let me die to live in the spotlight. You let me die inside for you.
Look, what if money wasn't part of success? Would the people I used to be friends with never left? What if making a name didn't come with regrets? I think the fame's a precursor to death. Death of a friendship, death of a family, death of a man. The misunderstood are always dead before they understand. Staring at ceiling fans, chop up milligrams, draw a pentagram. Lucifer's not a rumor, he's in the band. Liquor and vomit on my Converse. Bright lights and packed concerts. And right next to the gun that's on my dresser are plastic orange bottles of peer pressure. And I'm ready to cave. I live in the cage. How can I be a hero when I'm the one needing saved? 48-hour days on this fast lane living. Me and my entourage, no Jeremy Piven. Listen, it's better to burn out than fade away, is what Kurt said. I felt the same until I saw his daughter and thought as a father. What if tomorrow the only way I could spoil it was dying? Started crying, then popped the volume, turned up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume.
For all that it's worth, to live in the spotlight, all of my demons come to life, and all that it was, and all that it could be, is lost in the darkness of the night. Why should I die to live in the spotlight? Why should I kill myself for you?
what you do when the cop lights turn into a stage in a spotlight, and everyone around you starts to hate cause you got right and feel entitled like I'm supposed to stop living my life. Well, this ain't Tupac, this ain't M Show, this ain't Jigga Man, this that Kells Flow, this that C-Town 19 double X rep. So welcome to my life, here's a ticket to the next show.
to a GSL.
What's up, guys? We are back, and we're already done with our first best of 5.
Yeah, Bill is out.
This is really weird. 2016 is already making so far for a very different looking Codas than we would ever expect.
StarCraft is on its head, but you know what? That's a good thing. All right, Bill, I have no doubt that he is going to be in next season, but he is out. He's not going to be in Codas. Alive has been working very hard. His skill has come up a lot. He's been doing a great job in some of these smaller online leagues and whatnot. And he showed some great play there. And yeah, we have a very good TVT coming up. But first, I really want to talk about something he said in the interview. He's like, okay, when I saw that there would be new maps, I knew I would win. So I practiced the hell out of those maps. And that wasn't really explained very well in the interview, but here's my take on it. I think this is actually brilliant. I hadn't thought of this. The map pool right now in Legacy of the Void ladder that we use most of them is not actually that good because, like, in Heart of the Swarm, it was all figured out. We knew exactly how to make maps that were good and balanced. Right now, we don't, so some of these maps really
some of these
suck.
Some of these maps are following the mindset that we had in map making in Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah, and they tried some new wild stuff as well, but like the point is that like when we used to have new maps, everyone would veto it. Iron Fortress, everyone vetoed it every time.
That's right.
Because they're like, well, you know, this isn't a map that I'm used to. But the thing is, some of the maps that are in ladder pool and thus in GSL are so bad that they have to be vetoed. And so Alive knew if he practiced the hell out of the new maps that no one ever does, he is going to be really in great shape because most people are just not used to that. So I think that that is actually quite an astute observation by Alive, knowing that maps like, you know, in various matchups, different maps are going to get vetoed. With Prion Terraces, Ceres, Laralac Crest. Those are 3 maps that, like, those are going to, someone's going to veto one of those. So I like it. I think he's very smart. But anyways, a new match.
A new match, and yeah, all these new maps are making for really weird play styles. We're seeing not just the game get figured out, but how can we abuse what we've already known, use that against some of these top players who are, you know, certainly used and accustomed to playing StarCraft 2 in a certain way. A player like Alive exploited that. Anyways, we got Sari versus Cure here now, a Terran versus Terran.
All right, well, TVT is very much about siege tanks and marines for the kill. Definitely have some harassment early on. Banshee's still around and whatnot. I love some of the early Cyclone play that we've seen. We'll have to see how these guys go about it.
TVT has always been my favorite matchup all the way since the early days of StarCraft. I think it's just so fun to watch.
You mean StarCraft 1 or?
Yeah, all the way to the early days. Even before Brood War, it was just such a good matchup. But even in StarCraft 2, I loved it, man. I love casting it. I love playing it.
It's always been very good.
And let's see how these two guys duke it out. Who do you think is the favorite here, Artosis?
Well, Sari looks like he's ready to kill Cure.
Sari, he does have that killer stare here.
Yeah. I'll talk about it after we start this, I guess, but gonna be a good one.
Let's begin our second best of 5, Sari against Cure. In the upper right, in the blue, our first Terran player. He is
SK텔레콤 T1 쏘리.
Doesn't look like he's sorry.
No, he doesn't.
Looks like he's pissed. Looks like he meant it.
He looks like he's disgusted with his opponent.
In the bottom left, excuse me, I almost said right. Bottom left here in the red, he is.
플레어 그리닝스 큐어.
He doesn't look like the Cure. This guy, I was trying to remember his ID yesterday when I was casting at SSL. Was #1 on ladder for a while. Remember that?
Yes, yes.
He was so hype.
He was
the #1 ladder player.
Quite a strong Terran back then. But in Legacy of the Void, we haven't seen him so much, whereas Sari has been doing quite well, to be honest. He's had some really great games already. Did well in the preseason. And so I guess I'm actually leaning a little bit towards Sari. And let's not forget, he's on SK, so he's got some great Terrans there
So he's
backing him
something
up.
you got to factor in,
Yeah, I mean, I guess SK and Jin Air have historically the best 2 Terrans in the world on the team, so both these guys have some great players on their team to help them out with this matchup.
And we're seeing Reaper into expand builds for both these guys. Mirror builds thus far.
And
the Reaper here primarily used just to scout and get some more intel. Going Reaper versus Reaper, you're not going to get much Reaper harass off normally.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
But I got to say, it's throwing me off that the SK player is in blue, not red.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Anyways, looks like, Kier has been historically a stronger player than Sari, so no big surprise to see that
But
match.
don't forget Artos's analysis of, he looked pissed. So maybe we got to go for him.
Yes, indeed. He looked not just pissed, but more disgusted. Wow.
That's not supposed to happen. So Kier already losing his first Reaper.
Now imagine Sari's face right there. He's like, this scrub lost his Reaper. Why am I even playing?
He's so bad.
So.
Well, Artosis, this is one of those moments in a game we got a little bit of downtime.
Indeed.
So I want to talk about something we talked about a little bit before, but
yes.
I'm having my internet changed.
Yes.
My old plan ran out, so I'm getting a new internet, but I have not had internet for the last 2 days. They can't come until Monday.
Ooh.
I've had no internet in my house.
Wait, they can't come till Monday?
Monday? No, I'm serious. They can't come till Monday.
So, like, this weekend you don't have internet?
I don't have internet this weekend. I have not had any internet. It is so weird. Like, if you sent me...
Are you Amish?
I am basically... seriously, if you sent me back to the 90s... Or, no, wait. When did the internet actually become available? It was... Not really accessible.
I had it in the late 90s. For
late
sure.
90s. I don't know how many people had it in the
early 90s. Like, I had dial-up in late 90s.
If you sent me back 100 years ago, I'd just kill myself, man. There's like... I'd be like, well, there's nothing to do here. People be like, oh, you can read books and do all this. I'm like, yeah, I can, but I also need the internet. This is so... I got to go to the library if I want to learn something. This is horrible.
But you could mail letters still and stuff like that.
That's great. I could write you... I could write my friend...
You could water the horses and, like,
That's right. I'd have all sorts of weird beliefs back then. It was... No, man, I'm losing my mind. I don't get it until Monday. They called me on the way down to the studio, and I was just depressed in the train.
Oh.
It's so
I'm so
bad,
sorry.
dude.
I thought for sure you were getting it tomorrow.
No, it's so bad. I'm so... I have no games.
Oh,
I'm looking at my computer. I'm looking at my computer. I'm like, what do they do with these things before the internet? Would I like open up MS Paint and do some stuff and then?
Actually, that's the first thing I did with computers.
when you were younger?
My dad had a computer. I did, and it was black and white, and I still used Paint.
First computer I had in my family, my mom had one of those computers that ran off DOS.
Yeah.
And to punch in the command.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyways, Cyclone ready to defend from this drop.
Yeah, drop going to have to get out of there, and actually goes in through the main. Let's see what he gets done here. Drops that Widow Mine right away. Oh, nice scan right there. Make sure he gets it.
He's going to get this medevac here, and it looks like he's just barely in range there. This didn't do much of anything.
That was a fantastic defense right there.
Yeah. He might as well gift wrap that medevac. That was...
Yeah. Well, he made it a little bit... Gift wrapping is like completely free. Like he tried to make something. I would say it was more like a hidden Easter egg, and it was just found right off the bat.
It was the wrong season, man.
Yeah.
Are you the guy that wraps his presents? Do you like wrap the presents for Christmas, or are you like me? I buy a cheap bag at 7-Eleven and put it in the bag, and I'm like, here you go.
Well, I wrap it like I'm like 5 years old trying to wrap something. In fact,
so it just looks like
my little
something you
girl
could
that's 3 wrapped something, and it looked, you could not tell which one of us wrapped it compared to the other gifts. Like, you literally, she did it completely herself. Looked exact, like too much tape, crinkled paper, not folded
The
straight.
edges are all rounded and stuff and scrunchy.
Yeah. It's like I never measure the paper right, so I have to cut out extra paper to like put Band-Aids on the package that I'm wrapping. Like,
you got duct tape on there and everything.
Yeah, it's...
All right, so we got a tank drop coming up here, and this is like I was saying in our previous game. You know, when I first saw Medevac tank, I thought, oh my God, TVT is going to change.
Well, look at this. This is very nice. Going after these SCVs already,
and he's probably going to. Well, I guess he can. He doesn't even have to leave just yet. Well, Cyclone here. Now you got to go. Stim is finishing, by the way.
How fitting. The only thing that can outrun the Cyclone is another Terran unit. Well, that was nice little harassment right there, and this is
pretty effective.
Like TVT is, I really like what's going on with it right now. With like so much of this, like, I forget who said this. Was this you that said it? That it was you or Wolf, I think, who mentioned that it's like you now harass armies in TVT.
Actually, that must have been Wolf. I didn't say that.
Okay.
That makes sense.
It's really smart, though. You said it now, okay?
No, I said, okay. Well,
we're going to switch this over.
We're changing it.
It was said on the GSL. You and I
we're
control
taking it from Wolf.
Okay. When he's over here, he signed a contract. Anything he says, we can take. So anyways, Tasteless, as you said, like in TVT now, you can actually harass your opponent's army, whether that's with Cyclone or Siege Tank drops, which is normally you harass other things, but it's really cool.
I was totally right. I knew I was a genius.
It was really well said.
I mean, you could absolutely do that. And, you know, also, actually getting his army pushed back here, look at this.
Look at that. Oh, my God. Sorry
and
is just getting
And then Alive beat Sorry in our second best of 5. Wow, Alive already. It's just this is the Alive SL right now.
By the end of this, he's in the round of 4 of Code S or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is a lot of damage, and I feel like I don't even understand what Sorry is up to. Like,
if you're watching at home and you're feeling a little bit confused watching this too, it's okay. I'm with you because these games have looked pretty funny. Well, I think that we're slowly, as we learn more about Legacy of the Void, beginning to see the true power of a fully mobile siege weapon. That can be ported by air.
It's pretty crazy.
Look at that. He was sieging that tank up on low ground like a scrub. You don't do that. You siege that up outside the factory, and you never do it again, okay? Listen, in StarCraft 4, Blizzard's going to upgrade it so the siege tank never even has a mobile mode, okay? It comes out like a turret, and you got to pick it up, move it around.
If you take the wheels off, it costs 1 less supply.
Oh, Tosis. Latosis.
Right,
wow, I mean, he really makes that work. He might be able to shove his way back in, but maybe I spoke too soon. Pure perhaps erring on the side of caution.
That was some awesome harassment. Like, Sorry was just so not ready for it. Like, he's still fine. It's not like it didn't do a ton of damage. He killed a siege tank, got some Marines, got maybe a few SCVs, damaged the command center a whole bunch. Wasn't like a killing move, but was definitely an awesome move there by Sorry.
Yeah, I like what I see there, and I guess it's going to be much more
Cure.
I think I might have miscalled it earlier too.
Yeah,
that might have actually been my fault. I think I might have been swapping the names there. It's going to be much more difficult to do anything like that again as long as the sensor tower up. Talk about a whole new, even greater purpose to have a sensor tower to spot siege tanks coming in like that.
Flying siege tanks. And you thought I was talking about the Liberator.
The next DLC on StarCraft 2, we're going to have it where the siege tank can actually fire while just on the medevac itself. Like, strongest unit in the game.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. But hold on, we actually have all the siege tanks dropping out here. Stim and spread there by Cure pushing forward.
Yeah, Sorry just did not actually have most of his tanks in the low ground and losing the bulk of his Marine army. God, look at this. Isn't this weird, TVT now?
It certainly is. I like it, though.
Yeah, I dig it. It's a totally even crazier matchup. By the way, 171 supply to 144. It's like we're seeing Terran versus Terran. It's still a position game, but
much quicker position
in much
game.
more of like a speed chess kind of format.
It's well said.
And we have the drops continuing. I'm worried about the sheer supply right now here for Cure. So he might just be able to overpower him.
Yeah, I mean,
the Marine count's so low.
Cure just is running away with the supply here. Sorry. Wait, I keep on getting confused on the player names. Like, I see the red player.
Well, you were saying earlier,
yeah.
Cure is our red player.
Yeah.
Who is so far doing a great job. He's got a mobile contain right now. Hard contains never again. It's only going to be soft contains here in Legacy of the Void.
Yeah, that's most likely going to be true. At least in TVT.
Oh, well, here we go!
Yeah, indeed. And Stims in with these Marines. Drops his Sea Chanks behind, and it looks like Sari going to lose a lot of Marines here to the Sea Chank fire. Sea Chanks rolling up on their wheels. I don't know why, but they do siege up as well.
That should be it. GG.
Wow.
Cure wins game number 1.
God, it was like Sari was polio or something. He just got rid of him there. Cured that disease.
Coming up next, Cure versus 8 World of Tanks players. Takes the entire team out in his medevac. They're moving around on wheels. You gotta put your tanks in siege mode.
Yeah.
Never again. Let's all agree right now. That's the New Year's resolution, guys. We're never gonna make a tank move ever again unless it's to get into a medevac. Or no, to get close to it before you siege it up.
Yes, that's it.
Look at
to
that.
meet the medevac halfway, perhaps.
I think we got the coach coming in there now. He's like, did you see what he did with those medevacs?
He's like, did you know that could happen? He's like, yeah. He's like, why weren't you doing that?
Man.
Cure looking good.
Yeah, he's looking really good.
You like those round glasses?
I do. It's very Harry Potter-esque.
Yes, it is. All he needs now is a scar on his face in the shape of a lightning bolt. Taste says, can I borrow your boot knife?
Now I'm trying to figure out what you would look like with glasses on. I think you'd have to get those thick-rimmed square glasses. Wait.
Oh, my God.
Now, are we actually...
We're
actually
like
giving
hamburgers.
everybody Burger King. For a split second, because you can order Burger King in Korea, I was like...
I think it's McDonald's.
Are we getting footage?
Is it McDonald's or Burger King?
That's
McDonald's.
It's McDonald's. I stand corrected.
For sure.
I thought for just a split second this was going to be one of the weirdest shots we had, and a couple in the studio had just ordered McDonald's for themselves, and we're like getting footage of it.
Yeah. You know how I could tell that was McDonald's? Because not one person was having it their way.
I was going to say because your bowels are starting to hurt when you saw it.
Doesn't hurt my bowels, friend. I haven't eaten that in a very long time.
I ordered McDonald's in my house last night.
Oh, yeah? How was that?
Oh,
how'd you do that without the internet?
I have it on my phone. I called it, and I used my Korean language skills.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you have more of, Korean language skills or internet?
Right now it's Korean language skills by a lot.
Well,
listen, Artosis, can I like hang out with you tomorrow because I don't have the internet? I've been meaning to ask you this. Like I got nothing to do with that.
No.
Please, Artosis, I'll like come over. We can like play on your Wii or something. I mean, I don't know.
You'd probably just come over and go on my computer for the internet.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play a few games. Be like, hey man, I gotta check something, and then disappear. In the upper left, in the blue, losing game number 1, he is.
Okay, we actually do have to say the name, I guess. We definitely didn't have Sorry there.
In the bottom right, in the red, he is Cure. What the
진에어 그리닉스 큐어.
Okay, they just
all right,
didn't,
I don't know what's
they didn't
going
have
on.
Sorries. I guess they just didn't record Sorry.
It's not easy, guys. It's not easy.
They tried to get the voice actor to say his name. He's like, but I'm not sorry. I'm doing a good job. They're like, no, you're not.
No,
you're
his ID
misunderstanding.
is sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no, just say sorry. He's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. All right, everybody's enjoying. Enjoy your McDonald's, guys. Da 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 da. Oh, that was great. That was great.
You think they're loving it, Tasteless?
They're loving it. You guys loving it?
Guys, you better hold on to those hamburgers.
I wish Artosis was down there with his McDonald's fries frowning into the camera because he's a vegetarian.
Oh, man.
Oh, we got it. Did he see the second? We don't actually have a preview PC here.
No, we don't.
There's no way to know.
Bam,
oh,
he
he
sees
sees it. Okay.
Well, we have Double Rax Reaper here. against what looks like a single Rax Reaper. Both players going up to factory. A little bit quicker here for Sorry, of course, not going double Rax Reaper. But he'll have to play defensively with his Reapers. So,
let's see if we have a different playstyle from this hyper mobile tank with Marine combo.
Yeah, well,
when I look at it, I think that is the way to play TVT. And I think especially, this is. Do you think? Well, okay. Look, I'm asking the wrong person here, but do you think Mech is going to be good in Legacy of the Void? Because when I see that, I think that's going to be too strong.
Yeah,
you could actually just kill a guy who's
mobile,
turtling and meching.
The thing is, the power of Mech is the siege tank. Like, that's why Mech is a thing, and that's why it's so powerful and the most powerful unit composition in the game if you can get it. But the thing is, with how mobile it's become, it's like, well, the other Mech units don't even make sense to make. Marines are so cheap and have so much damage output and move around so fast. So I don't see it right now.
Yum, 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 yum.
I love this hamburger.
I love that iceberg lettuce on there. That iceberg lettuce is my favorite part of the hamburger.
I love how the mayonnaise is just on the lettuce.
My favorite part of the meal is the 3 pickles in the middle of the burger. Like,
yeah.
If you guys didn't know, and we're still waiting for this to pick up and them to tech, but if you guys didn't know, you can order pretty much anything in Korea right to your house.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, I think McDonald's in big cities in America, you can order it.
That could be
delivery as well now, I believe. I think I heard that.
Well, I grew up in Kansas, and you're from New Hampshire, so for you and me, we were like, whoa, we're in the future. Also, when you hit the close buttons on elevator doors, they close immediately.
Yes.
And that's when I'm like,
no
this
other
country
does
gets it.
Yeah, that's how we know.
You can micro your elevator shut a little bit faster.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm very good at the elevator. I've lived in the same building for so many years. I'm very good at getting that.
Uh-oh, Banshee completely ready for this Reaper harass coming in here right now.
These Reapers think they're tough. They're not. All right, Banshee coming up, but
now
actually
it's
maybe they are tough.
It's actually going to all come down to the angling when he hits these workers. And he's actually not gotten, I would say, enough SCVs for this to really count. He only got 5 and lost the bulk of his army.
Yeah, he lost like a lot there.
It almost looked like he got more SCVs, but clearly with the counter there, he didn't. So,
Well, I mean, I guess it's like kind of similar positions still, so it's okay-ish. But the command center has been made here for Sorry, and over here on Cure's side, I mean, he just didn't. He made all those extra units instead of a command center. So if Sorry just sits here and defends this, how does he lose? There's a question for you,
I'm even
Tasis.
surprised he's still poking here. Like, these units are not going to do anything. He's like, no, I can kill this auto turret.
Oh, and he's got to kill those Marines, and he actually, does blow them up. So right now, this is actually just killing it. Cure's one Liberator.
God. Look at that. Look at that.
This is pretty crazy.
Sorry, guys, I'm still not used to TVT in this game yet. We were just talking a minute ago about it's going to be fine, but yeah, if you look at the way this attack went, And he's not finished. A lot of bruised SCVs here.
Indeed there are. And killing that many SCVs off. Still, he's only 5 behind right now, and he does have that extra command center, which makes a big difference.
If he hangs on now.
Yeah.
In a game of cat and mouse. 2 Hellions. That's you and me, Artosis.
Against the world.
Against the world. We're like, we're only going to last in this game for like another 5 seconds. Actually, we're doing pretty well. Look at us. Yeah, we're actually kicking ass.
It's killing it.
Now here's
Tasteless! And then Artosis afterwards.
Cool. He sends a Cyclone up next.
I love this.
This rush is totally new to me, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we are. This is really different. Nothing here to actually defend the expansion, and you can see he's pretty much focused on his main.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go up and sees that command center floating over, so that means SCVs are going to have to come down, which, look at this, actually gets some spotting going on. Auto connects with the Marine, not necessarily what he wants to get, but pretty cool position here.
Well, he's zoned out the CC, so
yeah.
if he well, okay, never mind. He backs out. I was going to say if he could keep the command center from landing, it would certainly be a great way to kind of cement his lead here against Cure, but I guess he's saying better safe than sorry.
Well, you know, Cure...
Oh, my God. I just made a pun into that.
Oh.
Wow. That was like an Artosis joke / dad
really
joke right
good.
there.
That was a really good one.
That's going in my top 10 greatest hits right there.
Yeah. By the way, this is like just the amount that he slowed him down, despite the fact that Sari got a way quicker command center, Kira actually started mining from his command center quicker, and thus was building SCVs, and actually has quite an advantage at this point, I would say. Look at this, he's flying in from the side with another Liberator, poking the front still.
Oh, he might actually just break this. Hold up.
Yeah, he's
kind of funny to see the Cyclone actually be the tank, or taking damage in that. Oh, we have SCV's not mining in the main, and more kills coming down here. He avoids the auto turret, but, well, no, he kills the auto turret. And still, at this time...
And he kills the Siege tank off there as well. Look at this, a lot of lost mining time going on. And he does lose the Liberator in the main base, but there's like no mining being done by Sari for a very long time. And now it's 29 SCVs to 42.
Yeah, he was sort of all over the place there. Almost inexcusable to have those SCVs.
Kira's showing a lot of power on this two-player map. You know, just keeping the constant pressure on. It's like, okay, if you get the quicker command center, you do the more economical build. If you can defend everything, you're going to be fine. But this kind of reminds me of early days of Cloak Banshee, where it's like, well, he who makes the Cloak Banshee gets 15 kills and thus is ahead.
Let's remember some of the rules that we know about RTS games is in the early phases of a new RTS, and that's basically what this is. The rush builds tend to win over the macro builds.
Yes.
People just
you
figure
refine
out
a lot quicker.
Yeah, there's a lot more holes to exploit in your opponent's build. And as it gets further on, eventually the more macro and turtly intensive builds. And you guys think about it, if you've been watching for a long time, what did early StarCraft 2 look like, Wings and Liberty, to late game Wings and Liberty, into what happened in the latter part.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it again here.
Well, right now, actually, we do have some, it looks like a reactor being targeted down right there. Nice drop here by Cure. Where is Sari? Where are his units? He is sieging up.
He got that tech lab. No combat
painful.
shields, bro.
Ouch.
Sari's like, look at me, I can make the tanks move in the medevac too. I'm like, that's not the point. You're already in a lot of trouble right now.
Sari is not really able to do anything here. Kier just ripping him apart. Now, he does have a little bit of harassment going on in the form of that Raven. Denies the building of that command center at the third base, but that does not matter compared to the damage he's taking in his main base at the moment.
He's going to drop right on this tank. Look at this. Cool. Okay, so he gets right down here. I forgot about it, guys. Marines can move in the medevacs, too. This is crazy. What? I sense a new meta in the game. Unfortunately, what Sari doesn't know is that buildings can also be moved just on their own without the medevacs. You don't even have to pick them up with that, so he should probably move those over and out of the range. But instead, he goes ahead and attacks right into that and drives out that. But already, Cure is everywhere.
You know, it makes sense that Cure is looking this good.
Slayer's Boxer called. He wants his micro back.
Wow.
Jeez, man.
Remember when he was #1 on ladder and busted into the GSL and did a great job? It was on the back of a lot of great drops. And we've already seen this with Bunny, for instance, really raising up a very good player at drops. Maybe didn't do as well. But these players that have this certain skill set, it's really being put to use very well in Legacy of the Void. Oh, he's angry.
Oh, he's mad. Ooh. Nobody talked to him. He is not talking to anybody on the ride back to the team house, man.
Let's see if we can get 0 SKT1 players in all the leagues.
Got to be a frustrating moment in all seriousness. I mean, he's got good openers, but it's Cure that's coming in here with this impeccable control, this micro, that it doesn't matter what you're doing. And everybody's experienced it who's played StarCraft. When you're playing against somebody who could just out-micro you, you're doing it right, but they're just that good at the control.